Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
How do you feel? How has it been for you?
Pretty okay, actually. But with a bit of like up and down. I mean, I had a bit of corona stress for people that I know that are vulnerable. Yeah. And also the change from traveling so much to sitting at home was a bit like the first week I felt like I had to adjust, almost like an addiction, and you get like these withdrawal symptoms. But on the other hand, what?
What were your symptoms?
All this stress came up with now I have all this time and a long list of things I want to do, and people I need to help people, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I need to be productive, and that
Why?
I think
Why do you
I
need
don't know why I felt like I had to be productive for some reason, because I want to do certain things, like I work on a film project, and that's been super slow because I don't have time for it so much because of work, or at least I don't make time for it. So then I thought like I have time now, so all these things that I haven't been able to do before I have to do now. So I got a bit stressed weirdly in the beginning, and then
the pressure that you have to sort of be productive and perform in a way.
Yeah.
Because that's a waste of time. Like you can't just sit and do nothing.
No, exactly. And I was like, okay, now I have this time, so now I have to like make the best use of it, and like get all these things done. Yeah. But then after I think like 5 days or something, yeah, that kind of like went away. Also, at the same moment, I started writing letters with a friend, actually emails. So it's like we write in a Word document and then make it into a PDF, and then we send it to each other in email. But it feels it's a bit in between an email and a letter. But I've been writing a lot to her, and that really created a moment for me of peace, and to like organize my thoughts and to really be here. And I really, really like this process of writing, especially in this time, maybe.
And you've also been sending cards to elderly. Did I see that right?
Yeah, it's an initiative from Maaike. I think she does research for Vogue. And because all of these elderly people are super isolated, and apparently what I heard in Italy is that they also have, some of them get mental problems because of the isolation. And I can also imagine just not being touched, that is really hard. I think if you're single, that's actually really hard right now. And especially if you're older and single and you cannot really not go anywhere. So I thought
and also the technologies are not as available to you to connect with,
The technologies, yeah.
Or if you have any pre-existing mental condition, like if you're depressed or if you're OCD, or there's many things that this can really trigger.
Totally. For people that have trauma and that have been working really hard, or like going around it, and all of a sudden, I mean, you're really thrown back on yourself, actually. And there's just people that are more extroverted and get a lot of energy from being outwardly, and other people that are lucky that get energy also from being more inside. But
which one of those are you?
I'm more introverted, I think. That's why, I mean, I think I was just in such a run of like going from country to country that I needed to really land. But in a way, I feel, it depends per day. But I've been having very happy days in this quarantine, because I feel a lot of space, and I don't know. I've been also meditating, and it feels for me very grounding and nice, and less pressure, and more silence to hear myself, to hear what I feel and want and stuff. And that is for me quite good.
And it also sounds like it gives you the space to, like, if you're in a good place, then you have space to, because I interrupted you, but you're writing letters to elderly to sort of, what is it? What do you write about?
I don't know. I just wanted them to get the feeling, you know, that they're not alone without giving them, or I don't know. I thought it was, I had a difficulty putting my words. So I made not a super long letter, but maybe like a short anecdote that I felt fitted the card also, so that it's like one whole message. And on 2 cards, I put my phone number. Because I thought it's really, I was a little bit scared to put it on every card, but I thought I made this collage, and then in some collage I felt the collage and the message were already.
You made the card yourself, right? So it's like the front is some of your artwork, and then the back is a letter.
Yeah. And one collage I felt was visually a strong message, so I didn't write so much on the back. But then I felt like it's not enough message, so then I put my phone number. Just so it was like, if they want to have a conversation, you know, it can be really nice just to hear someone's voice.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't been called yet.
Okay. Well, there's still time. Do you feel that this space is also giving you an artistic impulse or sort of movement in your artistic?
Yeah. My inspiration.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. If that's happening for you.
Well, in the cards, I was thinking. I also really made it, I think, in mind with that it's for an elderly person. So I thought, I don't know, I tried to make it a bit aesthetic. So maybe that's something. Maybe they will understand that, and with more flowers, and I don't know. I tried to make it. It's like a conversation, like you try to communicate something. There is a gesture in making a card, also in visually thinking of how to put it together, that is kind of like supporting towards someone else, and also thinking of an image.
And
that is
stuff that you put in your work. That's
and I don't know if it's creative or about my art, but also in this letters that I'm sending to my Belgian friend, is that it's definitely a gesture of reaching out and connecting. So and your creativity or the things that I'm writing or making are very much a form of communication. So I'm thinking of the other person when I'm making or writing then that. So that's a movement in the way I'm making things now, is that it's like a conversation that I'm sending out.
And is this something that you've always done, or is this sort of a shift for you?
Well, when I was because I went to an art school, I had a lot of existential crises because I always felt
what art school is for, isn't it?
Yeah, because then I felt like or when I was modeling before, like the one thing that kept me sort of grounded was that I was always drawing and sort of making things, but that was also really for my own process, and it was really hard for me to make things and have the feeling that it's to any use of other people. So then this communication part was missing a little bit, and I was also afraid to show stuff that I was making. But I also started making a film that I've been working on a bit slowly, and with making a film, automatically I have much more of an audience in my mind. Automatically it's much more of a communication form.
So maybe it has been a process that you've already been in for a while, you know, this kind of turning outwards with your art, and maybe also feeling the self-confidence to show and to be wanting to communicate.
Yeah, for me everything now is about reaching out, actually, interestingly enough. And I also feel like I just calling people, I talk a lot more to my family, to everyone in my family and stuff. So I feel in a way, and also with friends, so like Skyping them and having a Skype coffee, that in a way I feel actually more connected to some people in this time.
Yeah.
Or in a different way. Yeah.
To be close, they get to be closer while being apart somehow. I recognize that.
Yeah. I don't reach out because I'm lonely. I just reach out because maybe now I'm getting confused.
I mean, you can be lonely in a crowd of people. You can be lonely at a job where you're like, nobody understands me. You know, you could be lonely. There's so many places where you can be lonely, and it's not necessarily when you're alone.
No. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too.
I hope that the people who received your card, that they feel seen and less lonely. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, I hope so too. Some people ask me like, would they enjoy getting a card from a stranger? Like, is that something that they would like? Yeah, and then I thought like, if I would be older, I would, and alone, I would. Yeah.
It's not even age related.
If I get like post, I'm always a bit touched because it's like someone taking, or a small gesture that takes time is always really like, I don't know. Yeah. Very like generous in a way. Someone just said to me, "Oh yeah, you have a pimple now." It's like, "Oh yeah, true." Yeah. It does feel like a bit of a child thing, but it doesn't have to be. But the fact that you probably have like I have the amount of time that I had as a child, kind of, and then you start doing those things that maybe, that are intuitively really nice, but that
you forgot that you love.
Yeah.
Okay, Anna, I'm gonna say bye to you for now. I'm very curious when any letters return, or like, I don't know, I'm really for you, like when reply, that would be really nice. So let us know, and maybe you also still have some pictures of them, right?
Yes.
Cool. I want to see. That's nice.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day, and let's stay in touch.
Yeah. Ciao. Thank you. Bye.